Hey girlies, I'm Jessica.
And I'm Rachel, and you're listening to the Game Day Girlies.
Hello, Game Day Girlies. Oh, welcome to, we're in week 6.
Where has
But
the month gone? Oh my
week
goodness.
5 was something.
I felt so happy to just watch all these good games and have no skin in the game. I was like, what a time to be alive.
I had a very similar feeling because like I said last week, I was not going to let these 18 and 24-year-old boys stress me out. And that's exactly what I did not do. I did do that. I didn't let them stress me out. I was like, this year, especially this year with Alabama, Georgia, last year it was like number 2 versus number 4. And so it just, the moment felt, really big.
Yeah.
The moment feels big every year. But this year I'm like, we're ranked number, I don't even know, 17. So I didn't even know. I don't even remember what we were ranked last week. I was like,
what is it worth?
Exactly. And I'm like, Georgia has everything to lose. So I was chilling. So like I said, I hear you. I echo your sentiment of like relaxation because I have not had like a relaxing Saturday since
we got
this whole season started.
Yeah.
Yes.
But let's just jump into the recap because it really was, if you missed the games, you really did miss some really good games, some good matchups. So we'll start with our Friday night lights. We had TCU at Arizona State University, and Arizona State was not ranked. TCU was at the time, and Arizona State pulled it out. The score was 24-27. And honestly, like I kind of was flipping between this game and the Virginia-Florida State game, which we will talk about.
Yes.
But this was also a good game. And so I was happy to see Arizona State to kind of like get back their footing after their one loss and just like figure it out in a conference matchup. So they did pull it out.
The Friday night lights this week were lit.
They were bright. It was bright.
Yes, 100%. I loved it. Our next game was USC at Illinois, and this was also another good game. Illinois beat USC 32-34, and I think when I was watching this game, it was on Fox, and so that was automatically like something I was annoyed by.
Right.
But the game itself was 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Down to the wire. Like,
yeah.
It just didn't. It lived up to the hype.
Yeah, I feel like Illinois, like they played really well. I mean, they played well the whole game, but they came out like swinging in the first half, and I felt like USC really had to like kind of get their footing and play catch up. Yeah. But that last quarter, I was like, ooh, and
yes,
it was so good, so good.
Yes, yeah, loved it. Tens
across the board. Tens across the board. Our next game was LSU at Ole Miss, and Mr. Lane Kiffin got his last laugh.
He got his get back.
And they beat the LSU Tigers 24-19. Again, this was just like a really good game. Like it was very physical, action-packed. It was just good football. I was tuned into this game.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree. The one thing that I really loved about that, like the offenses didn't really get much kind of going, but these the defenses really like showed out. And I think there's been a lot of talk about Garrett Nussmeier and like his ability and having like him showing up essentially in these big moments. And I mean, there's just a lot of talk, but I do believe that the defenses were the name of the game in this matchup because it. And even though LSU lost, I said this last week that they could lose.
Yeah, you did. You were just keeping a happy home, you know, and I'm not mad at that.
That's the only way to do it. But yes, Ole Miss, especially after the whole Twitter debacle and Lane's daughter coming out and becoming Instagram official with Whit Weeks, which is an LSU quarterback. I mean, we love the social media troll that Lane Kiffin is. Like it was only right for his daughter to do something like this.
Yes,
it's very on brand for the Kiffin. So I love that for everybody.
Yes.
I was certainly watching.
Yes, it was good.
Certainly watching. And then our final game, we had Alabama at Georgia. Alabama pulled out the win 24-21. And it was just honestly so wild because like we didn't score in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
We just couldn't do it. But the defense showed up, and I just, oh God, it's just so great to continue to be the big brother to Georgia.
Yeah. I'm just like really confused on like what has now been, I guess, like 2 off years for Alabama, like what Kirby Smart cannot get together. It's like the same thing with like Ohio State, Michigan. Like Ohio State just like typically could not figure it out against, or was it the other way around? Either way, y'all know what y'all know. Y'all Big Teners know.
Ohio State,
whomever couldn't figure it out against the other. And so it's literally the same thing where it's just like you really got to go back to the lab and like cook something up because
at this point it's just like it's not Nick Saban.
Yeah, I was about to say 2 years. It's been 2 years. It's not Nicky.
It's not Bryant Denny or being in Tuscaloosa or being in Athens. Like there is no
common denominator
other
except
than the fact
Kirby.
that it's Alabama.
And Kirby.
So I don't know. It just of course, as an Alabama fan, I want to continue to beat Georgia like every single year. Like,
right.
Duh. But on the other hand, I'm like, where are the sports psychiatrists in this? Because there has to be some explanation. Mental block. Why does this continue to happen? Now, I'm certainly not one to question God's favor, but I do. I'm just
a
curious.
little bit of that sprinkled.
I'm just curious.
Sprinkled. But no, yes, another good game. Defenses showed out on that one as well. Mm-hmm. Now, going back to Friday Night Lights, where defense did not show out, but it was like such a good game. Like, I think this is the most excited I've been to watch a football game so far this season. It was Virginia beating Florida State. They were at home, Virginia, 46-38, and double overtime. This game, first of all, like it was offense. It was literally came down to who had the ball. Well, no, it wasn't who didn't have it last because Florida State had it last and they couldn't get a touchdown. Yeah. But the point being is like the offenses were just like on fire, and it was so exciting to see. One, because it's like you have all this talk about Florida State and how they're doing good, how they turn, which they have, like they've turned their season from last season into what it is now. And it's like the other ACC teams that are kind of like sneaking in, trying to be better step by step. And Virginia is one of them. After they got Tony Elliott as the head coach, like have been slowly and progressively getting better, and to now have this like big marquee win. It was so good to see. So exciting.
Yeah. No, this is a good one. I felt like the whole time my mom and I were watching this together, and it was just like, it was just from the beginning, like action packed. There was no lull. Like every single moment there was another twist or a turn or somebody scoring a big, it was So good.
Yes.
So good. And we love overtime. Like,
yeah. Actually, I hate overtime, but in this case, like, I was eating it
you
up.
just didn't want it to win. Yeah, you just didn't want it to end.
Yeah, I didn't. And also, like, the more chaos in the ACC, the more hope I can still hold on to. That 1% chance.
Oh my God, Jess
so,
is like just ensue chaos so that there's a chance. That's exactly what happened last year.
I mean, I'm just saying. So I just need a chance. So thank you, Virginia and Tony Elliott. Shout out to y'all. And then our other big game, that was Oregon and Penn State. Oregon beat Penn State, and they were at Penn State. It was 34.
Whiteout game.
Yes.
Game day.
Yes. Though, actually, I think the highlight of this game for me was Pat McAfee when they were doing the college game day and they're like picking the teams or whatever. He's like super animated.
And he went and took off his shirt and was talking about how Caucasian he was.
Yes, he said, let me put some more Caucasian on it. He was like, let me put some real Caucasian on it.
Yes.
I said, Pat,
okay,
please.
Pat. Please. This is like 2 weeks in a row where you've stripped. Like,
oh my God. Keep the clothes on.
The week before they were at Miami and he dove in the Speedo into the pool. Like,
Lee Corso left and he has truly lost his mind.
Oh, they are like, we have to up the ante. And Pat said, oh, understood.
Oh God.
Yes, no, this was a great game. And honestly, Dan Lanning is such a character to me. Like, why are you? I mean, I love young coaches and like how how hyped up they get and whatever. I'm like, you would have thought that he was out on that field the way he was in that post game interview. That he was just like so hyped up. But I was like, I love this for him.
Yeah, but I think it's kind of crazy though how like well they performed last year and how consistent they've been this year for them to still kind of be like where they've been ranked. I mean, obviously they're still in the top half, but I just feel like they could have been like top 5 over some other teams.
Well, we're gonna get into it, y'all. We're gonna get into it this week. We were inspired by there was a question on game day about who had the most to lose as far like this week when it came to coaches, and or maybe it wasn't on game. Anyways, it was some show on ESPN that was talking about this. And I think it was Paul Feinbaum, which, I mean, love him, you hate him, whatever. But he said that the Penn State coach, James Franklin, had the most to lose this week. And did.
Yes.
However, we have decided that, we're not going to pick on one specific person. We're instead going to pick on teams. So,
the collective, the whole collective.
You win as a team, you lose as a team.
I know that's right. Yes. So our first one, so we have 3 different ones that we'll go through, but our first one is going to be who we think is the most overrated team in the top 25. I have 2 teams, and I will start with Penn State. I feel like you cannot say you're a top contender, and then when you are playing the team and it's time to contend, you never step up to the plate. And I'm just like, we can't. And that's where I was kind of hinting at with like Oregon. I feel like Oregon ended the season well and has been consistent and steps up to the plate. And so why are we not rewarding them of that? Why were they 8 and Penn State was 4? Like, I just don't understand. I can't comprehend. So Penn State is my first overrated team. And then we're going to go down a little bit further in the top 25 and hit Notre Dame. I've been kind to Notre Dame this season. And I feel like I said somewhere in earlier episodes that I was not going to be a Notre Dame hater. And I'm not, but this is facts. How are we going to have a team that has lost twice? I don't care whom to, in the top 25 right now. Like, there are still teams out on the board that are undefeated and have good 1 losses. Like, there's just no way that Notre Dame should be in the top 25 right now, especially because having two losses as an independent, you're most likely not going to be able to get into, I mean, unless like, again, chaos can ensue, like you're probably not going to make it to the playoffs. So like, why are you now taking potential spot from somebody who is competing well and still has that option at said moment? Like, it's too early in the season, and there are too many records that are still unblemished to have a 2-loss team in the top 25. Sue me.
No, I don't think you need to be sued. Valid points, and just let them stand on it. It's like, if you don't like it, you don't like it. Go change it.
Go change it.
Yes, I cannot disagree with your picks at all. I was going to also pick 2. I'm going to go with 1, but I am going to mention the second one. And okay. I will tell you why I decided not to officially pick them. So my pick of the most overrated team in the top 25 is 100% Indiana. You have not played anyone except for Illinois. And yes, you badly beat them. Congratulations. They are, I think, now ranked number like 22. So yes, it's a good win. It's a top 25
no,
win.
They lost. Illinois beat them, I thought.
No, I'll go because Indiana is undefeated.
Okay.
Yeah. They blew out Illinois 63-10 at home.
You're right. Yes. You're correct.
So that is really, otherwise they played Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, Indiana State, and Iowa. Like, when are we going to, why do we continue to reward Indiana for undefeated play? I mean, they could be ranked, but ranked 9, 8, 9. No, I just don't see it. I don't see it. Until they really start playing against someone that actually, you know what, if they beat, what's it called next weekend? Oregon, or they even just play well.
Yes. A good loss. Is it at Oregon next week?
Yes, it is at Oregon.
Okay. So a good road loss.
Yes, because I just haven't, there's no testing here. And then they will go and play Penn State later this season, in November. Like, until we get somewhere, like, why are we rewarding them? Okay, now my second one, which I am just mentioning, but I am not, because I started thinking about this, would be Texas. Now, Texas, nobody, don't, come for me.
Don't call Paw Patrol.
Don't come for me. Yes. Okay. 3-1. You lost to Ohio State. I just haven't seen anything since. It's not like y'all are there. There's no, I mean, y'all blew out Sam Houston State a couple weeks ago, 55-0, as you should.
Right.
Otherwise, it's been, the scores don't look as, they don't tell the full story, because whenever I'm watching Texas play, I'm not really seeing anything that
beautiful.
It doesn't look like a number 9 ranked team, a top 10 ranked team. Yeah. So until we get into it, they play at Florida they haven't played any SEC games. This week will be their first SEC game, and they'll be at Florida. And then they go to and then they play the Red River rivalry, Oklahoma, the week after that. So until then, I don't really want to hear anything about Texas. I think that they're they're at risk.
Honorable mention.
They're at risk. Yes, an honorable mention. They are at risk for being overrated. Now you can change it around this week and next week, but we're gonna see. So on the other turn of that, we have our most underrated teams in the top 25, and this was less hard because I do feel like a lot of the teams within the top 25 this week, or going into week 6, have actually done some playing. So there's some comparisons that can be made.
Yeah.
But I believe that Georgia Tech is the most underrated team in the top 25. And I say that because they're ranked number 17. They are like just finding ways to win.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of crazy. Like their game against Wake Forest, it was also went into overtime this past week.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I feel like they have a good, like solid, cohesive team. They are playing well. And historically, because a lot of these rankings on here are based on history.
Yeah.
Historically, like last year, they finished well, they played well, et cetera, et cetera. So I believe that they are not necessarily getting the respect that they deserve. But like you said, the chaos is ensuing in the ACC per usual, and you never really know.
I love that. I love that for me. I also picked Georgia Tech. I think obviously being in the ACC, this is a team that I see play year in, year and out. And I just feel like they've always been scrappy. Some years it looks better than others, but recently it's always, like you mentioned, like been finding a way to win. And so far it has gotten them an undefeated season. I feel like this year it has been a little bit more cohesive in their finding ways to win, whereas before it felt very like scrappy and kind of just like, we're out here. But this year it feels very cohesive.
Miracles.
Like they're cohesive, putting things together. Like again, Wake Forest kind of was a shocker, I felt like a little bit, and how they played against Georgia Tech, but still finding a way to win. So I also think Georgia Tech is an underrated team that could jump up. And an honorable mention, I'll say Vanderbilt, just like I think they've done well too. They're 16 and still undefeated. As well. I think they're a little underrated. They were underrated last year too. They played well.
I think that they're ranked exactly where they should be.
Oh boy. Well, those are it wasn't my official. My official is Georgia Tech. That's my honorable mention in Vanderbilt.
She said the official answer.
The official answer is Georgia Tech. Okay. But our last category that we have, and going into this week, I think will be very, very interesting, is who is most likely to stay undefeated in week 6. Like we mentioned, there are quite a few teams that are still undefeated. We have BYU, Vanderbilt, Iowa State, Louisville, Oklahoma, Texas Tech, and Houston, which is exciting because they play each other. Ohio State, Miami, and Texas A&M. So on all their matchups, who do we think has most likely to stay undefeated? I think my most obvious answer is going to be Oklahoma. They're playing versus Kent State this week. So I mean, they should.
I feel like there's a couple of like obvious answers, but
I think
you never really know.
Yes. I feel like Oklahoma.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Oklahoma's my one where it's like, okay, y'all really should win.
Yeah. And Ohio State and Minnesota. That one Ohio State versus Minnesota. I feel like that's like
yeah, I agree. So those are like the two kind of like gimmies-ish. I think the most exciting one is going to be Texas Tech, Houston. So they are both in the Big 12, both undefeated. Both of their schedules are very similar, how they've played, how they've beaten their opponents. One is ranked 11 and the other is unranked. So I think Houston has a lot to prove. They're also at home. And I think like this is kind of their statement of like, we deserve to be in the top 25 over Notre Dame, or over some other people in general. And ranked with Texas Tech. So I think that's the most exciting one. Mm-hmm. And then I think the most surprising one, if they stay undefeated, would be Vanderbilt. I would be surprised if Vanderbilt stays undefeated.
They better not. I swear. Oh God. Anyways.
But those are my picks.
Okay. My sorry, I had to calm down there for a second. I was having a little PTSD.
Oh God.
Yeah. So I think that the team outside of the kind of two obvious ones that we picked, is the team that I think is going to stay undefeated this week. That could be a risky pick. Is either I think that Louisville could beat Virginia, or sorry, this game could go either way because they're playing. Louisville is undefeated. They're playing Virginia, and they're playing at Louisville.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I feel like they could pull the upset over Virginia, and I say upset in quotation marks, the quote unquote upset. But I do feel like Louisville could pull this one out and at home.
Yes, chaos. I'm hoping.
Yes, this does fall in line with your.
Actually, no, I'm hoping for Virginia to win this one. That's where
okay.
Chaos
You've done all of your math. I know you looked ahead at the whole ACC schedule and figured out exactly what needs to happen. Now, one matchup that I could see going that I'm really, really actually looking forward to is 3 Miami at 18 Florida State.
Yeah,
and I could see Miami potentially losing to Florida State at Florida State based upon the emotion that Florida State is probably going to come with after losing this past week.
Yeah.
So that one, I feel like Miami could be at risk of no longer being undefeated, and it also plays into Jess's idea of chaos.
We love that.
So we love that. Yes, we love that. Those are my two undefeated pick.
Yeah,
chaos ensuing options. In both in the ACC. So what do you know? If Alabama does, if we have. When do we start not playing bandy every year? I think that it starts in 2026 that we play them next year, but then we play them every other year. Like, yeah, we don't need to do all this.
Need a break. Y'all need a break.
I need a break. Yeah, because I'm already nervous.
Well, I mean, also in y'all's defense, like Vanderbilt, Diego Pavia, like what? And he trying to get like his 7th year going. This like. It's time to retire.
This is a grown man.
It's time to retire. It's time to go. So
yes, it's just too much.
Yeah.
I just think we need to have a cutoff. There's no way that you should be in college at a certain age, but or playing collegiate athletic. Like, go to college whenever you want.
Yeah.
There's just you don't need to be out on anybody's field
after
a certain age in college. I'm just saying.
I agree.
So let's become a pro in something.
Yes.
Something else.
Yes. In your degree, maybe. That would be nice. But yeah, so those are all of those games are not our picks for the week. But those are some good ones to watch this week as we do get into our picks. So we're going to start back with my Tigers. They're back this week. Lord help us. We play at North Carolina. My hope, my prayer, is that this bye week really shook something up in them and we can finish the season strong. I'm never going against my Clemson Tigers. I'm picking them to beat UNC.
You know, I admire you, Jess. Well, I was looking at this game and I was like, you know what? Clemson y'all are going to stop embarrassing me because I keep picking y'all and you keep not doing what you're supposed to do. But somehow, some way, I'm picking Clemson again this week because I agree with you. Like, they had a bye week. There's been a lot of chitter chatter. There's an emotional element at play in the locker room, and I think that's going to really like that's going to like make this week what it's going to be, and so I'm picking Clemson. Yeah. Just please, can y'all just get it together? I'm
for
begging.
the love
I'm begging.
of all things pure and holy, get it together, please.
Get it together, please. Our next game we have at number 16, Vanderbilt at number 10, Alabama. I want to believe that we're learning from our mistakes, and that we are going to cast revenge on Vandy from last year. And I'm picking Alabama. Now, this game, I will allow these 18 to 24-year-old men to make me mad, because if they do some stupid stuff, I'm going to be very pissed off. So what I said last week doesn't apply to this week. I'm going to be pissed off.
We're allowed to change every single week.
Yes.
This is a safe space.
I'm ever evolving.
Always changing, always growing. I was actually really torn when picking this, but I'm picking Alabama because they're home. I think if it was in Vanderbilt, I would have picked Vandy. But y'all are home. Y'all are going to get it. It will not be a repeat.
Thank you for your thoughts and prayers.
You're so welcome. I'm rooting for y'all. Our next game, and we are hoping for all the chaos ensuement, is Miami versus Florida State, and they're at Florida State. I'm just purely for the chaos, I'm picking Florida State. I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but for my sweet soul, I feel like if they feel an extra push from me, they'll give it a go.
I'm conflicted on this one because like I said earlier, I do feel like Florida State, because they're at home, could really pull something off. But I am also remembering that this is Carson Beck has a lot of experience. That's our undercover way of saying, like, this is an old man. This is a senior, a super duper senior.
He's been here a minute too.
Yes, he is seasoned. And so for that reason, because of like the leadership that's on the team and kind of the experience of that leadership, I'm going to pick Miami. But I'm on upset alert for this one.
Okay. Fair.
I'm on upset alert.
Fair.
All right. In our last game, we have number 11, Texas Tech at Houston. Like we said earlier, this is a Big 12 undefeated matchup. So both teams undefeated, and I think, is this their first conference game?
No, they've both played Colorado.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, I am picking Texas Tech. I feel like Texas Tech does also, they're very similar to like what we were talking about Georgia Tech earlier. They just like find ways to win. But this is also on my upset alert this week.
Per usual, I love a good upset, and I love the story here for Houston. I feel like they're being robbed by one team specifically, and they deserve their due top 25 placement, and I hope this game gets them there. So you
are here for the justice.
I am here for I'm here for justice
for
and chaos this week. Justice and chaos. So I am picking Houston. I think them being at home will play a big part, and again, like I said earlier, their matchups have been very similar, and margin of victory has been very similar. So I feel like it'll be a good matchup, but I could also be a Texas Tech win. So we'll see, but I'm going for Houston.
Love it.
Yes.
Oh, God.
So after last week, the girlies are all tied up in the record. So this week will really be a swing because we have some differences. Rachel, you went 3-1, a strong week to catch up, and I went 2-2. So we are both sitting at 7-7.
Oh, Lord, help us.
Yes, so it will be fun to see how it plays out this week. As always, guys, we want to see your picks. Please go on our Instagram, do your picks, and put the stickers on. Our raffle giveaway, whatever you want to call it, is happening at the end of the season. So every single week that you do a pick is one extra vote for you to get some free swagger. Swag. Get your hat, a t-shirt, rep the girlies. So every week is a new games, new week. So new opportunity every single week. So we want to see your picks every single week, and continue to comment, like, share all the posts, everything. We love interacting with you guys. We love seeing your comments. We love hearing your feedback. So keep doing that. We want to hear all the things from you guys. We love you so much.
Yes, I love it.
So yeah, that is our episode this week. We are praying for justice and chaos, and I hope we get it. And until next time, bye, Game Day Girlies.